Bryon Powell of I Run Far here with Michael Wardian at the finish of the UROC 100K. How are you doing there, Mike?
Doing great. How are you?
Great. This is your second 100K in the last 2 weeks.
It is, and I got my second in the last 2 weeks.
That's true. You got a nice silver medal over in Europe 2 weeks ago at the
silver and a
gold.
That's right.
Yeah.
First time ever for the U.S. 100K.
Congratulations to you and your teammates.
It was awesome. It was incredible. Those guys were just rock solid, man.
Yeah.
It was fantastic to be a part of.
Well, let's just talk briefly about that since we're on the subject. How'd your race go over there? I mean, do you challenge it at all for the win out there? Or I mean, like
I was trying, but he wasn't having it, man.
Yeah.
He was. He definitely showed me who was boss, and I think I cut his. He went out really hard, and I went out pretty conservatively and ran the pace that I thought would win. And he I kind of picked it up and cut into his lead until it got it down to like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and then he just kicked it into another gear, and I wasn't able to respond, and so he whooped me by like 15 minutes. But I'm hoping to return the favor next year in Italy.
Nice, on his home soil.
That's right.
Well, great. But it was still a PR.
It was a personal best. It wasn't as fast a personal best as I'd wanted, but it was a personal best, and so you got to be happy with that. And I learned that I need more calories, and I was able to utilize that today. And I, you always try and learn from every race, and I did. And so I think that, that really benefited me today and put me in a good position to be in the mix. And I was taking it to everyone today, and I just got unlucky.
Yeah. Well, a quick question on the transition before we talk about today is, people were discussing after the race, before you finished maybe, it was after you finished, some of the top guys, did you do any track, fartlek, or speed workouts between World 100K and this week?
Yes, I did.
How many workouts did you, hard workouts did you do in that span?
3 or
any races?
3. No, I didn't do any races because I had to do well, I didn't have to, but I did a run. I led a group run for North Face and did a talk, and then so no racing, which is unusual for me.
But you weren't resting on your laurels between these 200Ks.
No. I was at the track, and I was able to do a pretty solid workout actually this Tuesday, and that's what I need to do to be where I feel like I need to do that to be able to run those guys down. And I was able to really exert some force, I thought, on the sections that were runnable today, both road and trail. I mean, there was some gnarly trail, but there was also some pretty sweet trail, and so I was able to run pretty fast, I thought, and really put some people into a little bit of uncomfort, I think. Yeah,
discomfort, definitely. I mean, after the race, I was talking to Jeff Rose, and he was mentioning that you were stronger on the hills than he was today.
Yeah, I mean, I've really been working on that, and so yeah, I mean, I was like, I've been doing a lot of just long climbs on the treadmill in the basement, and Pierce and Grant and I, watch Power Rangers and Phineas and Ferb and stuff, and I'll just grind out like an hour or 2 hour, at 10 to 15% grade, and it just felt like I had no chain today, and I was really proud of myself. I think I only walked maybe 10 feet the whole race.
Wow.
And that's never happened before, and so I'm trying to improve on the things that I haven't been strong on, and I felt really strong today, and I think that that's going to benefit me in a lot of these type of races.
Yeah, I mean, you've also, in relative positioning, you're much stronger road racing history than you have on the trails, but this today, like on the the Dragon's Back, there's an 8-mile section. You lost only 50 seconds to Rose when he was having a good stretch over that. Like, how have you been working trails into your training of late? I mean, you always do, but what have you been doing of late?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I had a 16-minute lead on him when he was coming off of there.
Yeah.
And then I think he cut it down to like 10 minutes, but then on the roads I started to, pull away, and I just, again, got unlucky. Yeah, I mean, I think I've been... I was able to run and keep moving, and there were some parts of it that were difficult, but I made it to the sign that said Quadzilla, and I turned around, and then I started my watch to see where everybody was, and the first guy wasn't I didn't see anyone for, you know, high like 7:55 or 59 or something. So I was well, and they had that part once I saw him was really technical, and then it smoothed out. So I was, you know, pretty sure I was going to put some hurt on those guys, and
cool.
You know, I think it worked out that way.
Now you did have a bit of misfortune in the race. Can you tell us a little bit about?
Yeah, I had a very very uncomfortable. It would have been much cooler if it was just like I went straight on the parkway rather than like down the mountain.
1,700 feet down the mountain.
Yeah, that was not fun. And then I got to the bottom, and I saw and I was on my way back to the lake where we had already come up from, because it was a kind of a dicey, like, there was, like, every time there was a turn, it was super well marked. There was, like, tons of markers, so you knew, like, okay, I got to turn. And so there was markers on the left side, and there was, I guess, markers on the right side, which it was, if you were running across the parking lot, it was kind of hard to see them. So, and I saw people coming up from that way, and I knew we were going, you know, back
Oh, so you made it up to the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
See, we all thought you had made. There was he got lost during the race at like mile 52, and I went down the trail we're in the parking lot. I went back up the course, like toward where you're coming from, and there was a Y, and we thought you'd taken the left down instead of coming straight to the parking lot. You made it to the parking lot, and then you got lost coming out of the far side of the parking lot.
Because I remember at the pre-race meeting, Gil said, you know, be careful in the parking lot. You got to go across the parking lot to get back on the trail.
Oh, but you had to go parking lot to the right.
Yes.
And you went parking lot to the trail.
Yes.
Not on the road. Shoot.
Yes. That was the problem. So I got to the bottom of the hill, and I was cruising because I was trying to put some more time into Jeff because he was the only one that was pretty close to me.
Well, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Or 10 or 15
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of time left in the race.
And it was all road after that point. Or supposed to be all road.
Well, yeah, after you go down the trail, it comes out on the road, and
you were pretty much on the trails, yeah.
Yeah. And I'd been doing pretty well on the roads most of the day, you know, being able to hammer between like 6:40 and like 5:55 or even like some faster. So I was pretty sure I had a good chance to do pretty well. And I got to the bottom, and they were pulling out the stakes, and I was like, oh, why are you doing that? And they said, because we're the sweepers, we're pulling up the course. And I said, oh, that's not good. And I turned around, went to the bathroom, and then I said, how far is the aid station? And they said it's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles up.
Okay.
And so then I ran back up.
So it was more like you lost for 3 or 4 miles.
Yeah, but
everyone on the course was like you were 3 miles off course and had 6 miles total of it.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if they were right.
Yeah,
and then my watch came in at like 67.95 or so on the GPS.
Yeah. We don't know what the comparison is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be curious if someone else had a 310 Garmin that finished the race and what their
or any Garmin because it's similar enough chipset that
Yeah, but I don't know. When I run with my brother and he has the old, the 410, the old kind of clunky one, his always comes in shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. But that one still works really well. So Jeff got me, but then I came back and I was in.
Tell us about the last 10 miles, because at one point it was Matt Flaherty, you, Ian Sharman, and John Allen were all within 2 minutes. It was 6 miles to go.
Yeah.
How did that go?
That was really hard, especially when it clicked over a 62.5, and I knew that I felt like I should be done, and then you just gotta, I don't know, man. You just gotta keep moving. And my wife drove by and said, "Ian and those guys are about to catch you," and I could see. I think when I finally got back up the hill and got on the right course, they were saying I was about a minute behind Matt, and so there was a trail section, and then it got back out on the roads, and I was able to to run. I got fired up basically. I just got pissed, and I was able to just run him down and then put a little time into him, and then you go down this massive descent, and then you have like a 3-mile slog back up the hill, which was really annoying.
All pavement and all that, the downhill.
Yeah. It's all pavement, but it was really frustrating because I'd just done the big climb, and
The big climb you didn't need to do.
Yeah, the big climb I didn't need to do. So, yeah.
Aside from the wrong turn, was it a satisfying race? So was your personal performance satisfying today?
Yeah, I mean it was fantastic. I mean I was able to run with some of the the biggest names in the sport and to to be in contention to win and to do something that a lot of people don't recognize me for really. And so yeah, man, I was really pleased. It just didn't work out for me today, but I think it bodes well for a lot of the trail races, and hopefully I can do well at the North Face 50 miler with a lot of the same guys, and keep training hard. And I'd like to go to UTMB next year and bring
a little hardware home to the U.S.
Yeah, I'd like to try and mix it up with some of those the Solomon guys, and just kind of throw down and see what happens. And it's a pleasure to represent Marathon Guide and .com and North Face and Power Bar, and the Succeed worked great. And I had no complaints. My crew were fantastic. My wife was here. My parents were here. I had my buddy Joe and his family, Wendy,
Your
and
two sons.
and Pearson Grant. And so I was cooking through the aid stations like less than 10 seconds probably, and all that stuff helps. And it was good to have you here, and Gil and Francesco did a great job, and it's always good to see Makubri out there. And AJW was cool pulling for me, and it was fun, man. I never really got to run with Jeff Rose before, and we spent a lot of time running together.
Cool.
And I got to run with Dave Mackey and Jason Bryan and Dave James, just awesome dudes. They just hooked me because I also ran out of water because I was expecting to get water.
Oh, and you came back on course.
Yeah, I had no water, so I had run out of water for like an hour because I went down, and when I got to the top, I was expecting there to be an aid station. So, that was just tough.
Well, congratulations on your two great 100Ks in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing you at both North Face Endurance Challenge in San Francisco in December, and then hopefully UTMB next summer.
Yeah, and then I'm excited for the trials too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.